Welcome to Technical Insight. I'm Carl Washburn from Greenville Tech, the Aircraft Maintenance Department. And I'd like to introduce a friend of mine, Margaret Evans from Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University. We've had an articulation with Embry-Riddle for quite a long time, but now Margaret has had the opportunity to set up an actual program here in Greenville.
Thanks, Carl. Yeah, Embry-Riddle Worldwide Campus just opened up in January in Greenville. We're at McAllister Square, right next to Greenville Tech's Admission Center. We've got a number of students from your program. They've received their A&P license after how much study with you?
They spend about 2 years at Greenville Tech in the Aircraft Maintenance Department. They get their airframe and power plant certificate and take an additional 5 courses and get their associate degree. Once they complete that, we turn them over to Embry-Riddle and they start working on their bachelor's degree.
Well, these folks are receiving 36 credit hours automatically when they come to us with an A&P certificate, and that goes towards a bachelor's in professional aeronautics or a bachelor's in maintenance technology. We've got folks who are ex-military who are receiving credit for their military training, and we love the folks that are coming from Greenville Tech with their training, and they're ready to go into their 3rd year of a bachelor's degree with Embry-Riddle. The worldwide campuses are normally located at military bases. We've got 134 all over the world, from Iraq and Afghanistan to Hawaii and now Greenville, with 134 mostly military sites. This is kind of new for us to be in a civilian site. We've been working with Honeywell, thanks to you, Lockheed Martin, Michelin Aircraft Tire, Goodrich, they make aircraft fuel valves, and D3 Technologies, a few others. So we're happy to be expanding our student population. The career fair that we held was an excellent start for us in Greenville. We had companies come and set up a booth and talk about the kind of training that's required to get a job with their company. And that included, you were there with your A&P certificate and talked about your associate degree. We had Honeywell and Lockheed and Michelin and Greenville Jet, and I'm forgetting one, Champion.
Donaldson Jet Center was there as well.
Ah, great, yeah.
Yes.
And Stevens Aviation.
Correct, yes.
Okay.
Back to the college credit. I know we can transfer 36 credit hours for your A&P certificate directly, and then there's another 15 credit hours for English and math and humanities and social science. All the core that are required for an associate degree will transfer right over to a bachelor's degree. That'll put the student, when he enrolls into Embry-Riddle, at a little over 50 credit hours towards that bachelor's degree. Is that correct?
Yeah, they can get started as a junior at Embry-Riddle when they come to us with Greenville Tech credits in English, math, physics. You've got some great general education courses that are the same courses that we require, so they are accepted. Their credits are accepted when they start at Embry-Riddle. And the bachelor's degrees that we have, they include a bachelor's in professional aeronautics, which you've offered some classes that are identical to the classes that we teach in freshman and sophomore years in Embry-Riddle. So you start as a junior and you're not behind, you're right up there with the rest of your students. And in some cases you're ahead because you folks have the hangar, you're doing hands-on. We do not have a flight school here in Greenville. None of the worldwide campuses do. That's only in Daytona and Phoenix. We do not have a maintenance program. We have the technical management, we have certificates in safety and logistics, and we're just starting a master's degree in program management, which some of these companies are real excited about. The master's degree is only 34 credit hours. You can complete it in 2 years. You're attending class 1 night a week, 5 p.m. to 9:45 p.m., and that's fairly painless. If you do 1 class a week for 2 years, you'll complete that master's in project management in 2 years. So that's not bad.
That's good, and I understand a lot of the companies in the Greenville area will actually give some tuition assistance to students that enroll in your program as well.
We've got some great companies in Greenville that do that. Of course, a lot of our guys are on the GI Bill, but Lockheed has tuition assistance, Honeywell, Michelin. So yeah, there's some great companies out there that support their employees.
Margaret, when we did the career fair, we had some pretty interesting panels on discussion talks on pilot training and on maintenance training and stuff. Can you elaborate a little bit on what we covered during those panels?
Those panel discussions were great and they were really well attended. Dick Schleisman is the chief pilot with Michelin. He's their corporate pilot.
Right.
And he spoke about the type of training that's required to become, to qualify for that position. And that's what folks need to know. What does it take to get the job?
I started my flying in college. I went through the ROTC program and got my private license while I was doing that. Once I got in the Army, I flew helicopters with 1 year in Vietnam. Before I got out, I used the GI Bill and I got all my pilot ratings, my airplane ratings, commercial, instrument, multi-engine, instructor and instrument instructor. So I had all that completed when I got out of the service. I went to work for a fixed base operator and flew charter, flight instructed, and slowly worked my way up through larger and more complex airplanes. While I was doing that, I got checked out in the King Air, which is a turboprop aircraft, and I got type rated in a Citation 500. So that's another big step in aviation, is get typed in a jet of some type, especially if you want to work in corporate aviation. My first real flying job in corporate aviation was with the Train Company. They're air conditioning folks up in Wisconsin. I flew for them for 3 years. We flew a G1, which is a fairly large turboprop. We flew it in and out of Chicago twice a day, and that was a real learning experience. We flew a Citation 2 and Citation 3, bringing customers back and forth into the plant. And we went into probably every mid-sized or larger city in the United States. So it was a really good experience. I was lucky enough to get hired by Michelin in 1986. And I flew as a captain for 10 years, and then I've been the department manager for 11 years. We have 6 pilots, 2 Hawker 800 aircraft. Of the 6 pilots, 4 of us have been there for 20 years, so a fairly stable company. I love flying. Michelin's a great company to work for, and I guess if you have a dream to be in aviation or you want to be a pilot, I'd say go for it. It's a wonderful job.
In the maintenance panel, we had several folks who are students of Embry Riddle, and there was one fellow who's a student of yours. But you're going to see Christopher. He is with Honeywell, and he was very shaky about starting classes in college. He had no college credit whatsoever, but some military. So after that first class, he was feeling a lot more confident, and he gave a real good explanation of how to get going in college.
If you leave out of here today and aerospace is not the field that you decide that you want to go in, please, by all means, search and find a degree that would best suit you, and go for a degree. Today's world, like I said, I started out with just a high school diploma. That's not hardly going to get you through the door hardly anymore. Being in the aerospace division has encouraged me personally to learn and grow with the company I work for, but also to strive in my personal life to reach and set a goal. I mean, for years, I never had a goal. It was go to work, come home, be with a family, you know. There's more to life than that. We only have one way around, you know, in this world. So set your goals and go for them.
I think you got some folks working full-time in the industry while they're taking classes.
Absolutely. We've got folks that have a family at home. They've got a full-time job, and they still come to class and still work on their associate degree. And they make a lot of sacrifices, but when it's all said and done, it's certainly worth it.
Oh, definitely. You know, it's worth a promotion where you're working. It's worth confidence at work. It's oftentimes takes you from a job that if you spent 7 years doing online maintenance work and you're ready to do some management, and it can get you to that, whatever you're ready for.
Yeah, I've heard said that the best time to plant a tree is 20 years ago, and the second best time to plant it is today. And I think that's true with the college education. It sure would be nice to have it done and be utilizing it, but if you don't start today, 20 years from now you'll be wishing you still started again.
That's very good. I like that.
Margaret, how's the best way for somebody to get in touch with you to find more information about your program?
Well, dropping in anytime, you're more than welcome between 8 and 5. We are at McAllister Square. Our phone number and my email address are on the screen now. We have a website. Any of those methods will get you to us.
Well, Margaret, I'd like to thank you for joining me here on Technical Insight, and I'd like to thank our audience for their time and watching